Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing nothing was stolen from you, no break-in, no fraud alert, no missing money. Your paycheck is the same, your bank balance looks normal, yet your life is suddenly more expensive. Groceries cost more, rent feels heavier, saving feels pointless. So here's the mystery. How can you lose wealth without anyone taking it? Inflation is the only system where value disappears in plain sight, and almost no one is blamed. For most of human history, inflation was rare and dangerous. Kings and emperors knew this. In ancient Rome, rulers diluted silver coins to fund wars. The coins looked the same but contained less metal. Prices rose. Merchants were blamed. This pattern repeated again and again across history. But something changed in the 20th century. After the Great Depression and World War II, governments decided inflation was not an enemy, but a tool. A controlled rise in prices was reframed as healthy. That idea would quietly reshape the modern world. In 1944, global powers met at Bretton Woods to design a new financial system. Currencies were tied to the US dollar. The dollar was tied to gold. For a time, inflation stayed limited. Then, in 1971, everything changed. The United States ended the gold standard. Money was no longer backed by anything physical. From that moment on, money could be created at will. This wasn't presented as theft, it was sold as flexibility, stability, and growth. But the cause and effect was already set in motion. Once money creation became easy, debt exploded. Governments borrowed more, central banks printed more, banks lent more aggressively. At first, the effects felt distant. Asset prices rose, stock markets boomed, home values surged. This created the illusion of prosperity. But inflation doesn't enter the economy evenly. It enters through financial institutions first, a phenomenon economists call the Cantillon effect. Those closest to the money benefit early. Everyone else pays later. Eventually, inflation reaches the places people can't ignore. Wages lag behind prices. Savings lose purchasing power year after year. A dollar today buys over 85% less than it did in 1971. This is the moment people feel something is wrong but struggle to name it. Nothing was stolen, yet something is missing. Here's the hidden truth. Inflation punishes savers, it rewards borrowers. That includes governments. As prices rise, the real value of debt shrinks. Debt becomes easier to repay. Inflation quietly transfers wealth, from workers to asset holders, from cash to real estate, from savings to speculation. This is how inequality grows without new laws. Those with assets are protected. Those living paycheck to paycheck fall behind. When inflation gets too high, central banks intervene. Interest rates rise, spending slows, recessions follow. But the core system never changes. Money is still created as debt. Governments still rely on inflation to manage obligations. Each fix treats the symptom, not the design. And every cycle leaves the public with less purchasing power than before. Look at today. Housing prices detached from wages, savings accounts losing value in real terms, governments running historic deficits. Inflation is framed as temporary, then as transitory, then as unavoidable. Yet the pattern never changes. Inflation appears after crises. Debt expands. Purchasing power erodes. 3 key takeaways first. Inflation is not accidental, it's structural. It's built into a debt-based monetary system. Second, inflation doesn't affect everyone equally. It protects institutions while punishing savers and workers. Third, once inflation becomes normalized, it becomes invisible. And invisible systems are the hardest to challenge. Inflation isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. That's why it works. It's a real danger. ISNT, rising prices. It's a system where value can disappear without accountability. So the next time prices rise, don't just ask why things cost more. Ask a harder question. Who benefits when money loses value? If this changed how you see inflation, like the video, subscribe for more deep dives into money, power, hidden financial systems, and share this with someone who still thinks inflation is just how the economy works.